Bring it on.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Tipsy Tuesday. How are you all? I am your host, Samantha Wall, and I am here with Stephanie Butler. We are here today talking to you about how to stay focused through the holidays. There are a ton of people who tend to take the holidays off, which can be a major advantage for you. So we're going to go through a little bit of how to stay focused and how to get yourself through the holidays so that you start the first of the year where you want to with your goal setting and all that stuff. This is my first time using my earphones, so if you cannot hear me, please let me know in the chat that you can't hear me, or if you can hear me, that'd be great. Stephanie was just making me laugh because she said that she watched a video, a video about holiday staying focused.
Oh, being in focus. And the goal was you either had to set your goal, and if you didn't make your goal, you had to eat a can of cat food in front of everyone. So if you wanted to get off goal, you had to think about eating that cat food in front of everyone. But the reward was, get yourself a gift certificate.
Nice. And that's so key to reward yourself. That's funny. Cat food. That's hilarious. So I do have some slides for you guys today. I want to go through some stuff because I really think it's important to really stay focused and get yourself out there and make sure that you're taking advantage of the time that everybody else is taking off, because guess who's going to be in the eyes of everybody else? You are.
It's been quiet in my office building. I noticed really since
it's crazy.
Everybody last week.
So today's Tipsy Tuesday is all about staying focused through the holidays. It's very important to do that. The first thing you need to do is you need to make a commitment in December. The best way to make a commitment is really to find a mastermind partner. If you have someone who signed you up inside of your primary, you can grab a hold of them or grab a hold of another, if there's a team of you inside of your primary, grab a hold of a team member or just anyone. If you're inside of MLSP, you can find, if you've met anyone inside of the Facebook community group, there's a ton of people out there, a ton of people who are new, who are, a couple years in, wherever. Just kind of find someone who you relate to and start talking to them and ask them, hey, would you want to mastermind and get through the holidays together so we can keep each other on track? If there's certain things that you need to do inside of your primary, such as, there's steps that you need to take in order to get your business going, then if you're brand new at it or been there for a while but haven't really gotten through the steps or need to go back through the steps, find someone and hold each other accountable, to just be like, okay, let's start with step 1, or hey, let's get our blog going and make sure that we have it done, before Friday, or however, just so that you are held accountable by someone else. If you are inside of MLSP and know anything about the top earners, okay, so the co-founders, Brian Finale, he ended up masterminding and getting together with Norbert. We have Mark Harbert, who ended up getting together with the Bluesmen. You have Bert Bledsoe, who is connected to Patricia Sweeney. So you might not know that, these people have actually leaned on someone else, but they have, and that's how they got to where they've gotten. Becoming a mastermind partner with someone is huge. So just make sure to go out there and really try to focus in and try to find someone who you can hold each other accountable for and kind of just help each other out. There's little things that you might get stuck on, but they whizzed right through, and vice versa. So it definitely helps to find a mastermind partner, and that should go on past December. Just December is a really hard time to get through with the holidays and all that stuff. So I recommend definitely finding a mastermind partner. Also write down your goals for the new year. Write them down and stick them somewhere where you're going to see them, because if you don't stay consistent through the month of December, your beginning of the year is going to be that much harder, and all the goals that you want for next year are going to be pushed back by at least a month because you took time off. And I understand the holidays, your family's in town and all that stuff, but as long as you stick to your daily routine, whatever that is, we've talked about the daily routine, we've talked about the 5-5-5, we've talked about, mindset, trying to blog, keep on your blogs. If you want to take it back to, a couple blogs a month, I definitely recommend also planning out your month. So sit down today and plan out, whatever it is. If you're working on your blog, which I know a lot of us are working on our blogs, and we're working on plugins, and we're working on all this fantastic stuff that we're learning. If you're working on your blog, and as you're working through your blog, write down things that, let's say, you had to go over to YouTube to learn, and write it down. And then once you do the search in YouTube, you'll see people who come up first. And from there, you can even make your title for the content. So, run over to YouTube, such as yesterday, I couldn't figure out how to forward my HostGator website domain to the MLSP domain, so that whoever typed in SamanthaSwall.com would go to my new blog and not the old blog. And so I went on YouTube, and it's super easy. And I wrote down, as I went over to YouTube and I learned it, I wrote down exactly what I searched for. Then I wrote down, what it was that I did, and I turned around, I did it, and then immediately I turned around and I did a 2-minute video. So today I have to go out and write, a little bit of a blog and a little bit of a description for YouTube, and I'm done. Go over to your keyword research, make sure that you get your tags and all that stuff going. So, that's a real easy way to start planning out your month, because even if you spend 1 hour, let's say, like Stephanie and Kelly just wrote an amazing blog. If you have not read it, go over to their website, their blog, and check it out, because they were just hanging out with a partner of Tony Robinson, and they wrote a blog about all of the stuff that they learned from what's the gentleman's name?
You would make me have a mind blank. Jesse Henry. Oh my gosh. Live events, they're so powerful. It doesn't matter.
I know.
Crazy.
So as she's going through and she's editing her blog, and they're going through and they're doing their SEOs and all this stuff, they can be writing down like simple things that can take a 2-minute video just off of their work that they're already doing. So make sure to plan out your month of December so that you can just get it done. And if you want to, record your 3-minute videos all in one day and then go back and write blogs for them later and sporadically put them out through the month, that's an easy way to do it. I'm more of that type of worker where I like to get everything done and then come back and kind of work on it as I go, because the idea was fresh in my head at the time. So definitely just keep up your daily routines. Whatever, the posting, the blogging, the wake up calls, and then just keep up your good habits. Whatever it is that you're doing right now, make sure that you're keeping those good habits up. If you're showing up to the wake up call every day, you are beyond most people in this industry. Period. Hands down, you're beyond it. Write down a few notes, and then you can make a blog off of, a 20-minute, what is it? Listen, a 20-minute wake-up call you can make a blog off of, a video, whatever it is that you do.
Yeah, well, with the wake-up calls, when you're blogging, you don't have to post your blog right away. So you can pull up the blog, listen to the wake-up call, type stuff in, and come back to it later. Because we have blogs that are sitting there that haven't, probably like you, aren't finished up, needs a video to go with it, or just needs proofread or whatever. You just haven't finished. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And like if you're writing a blog, or if you found something that you want to write a blog about, copy that website, start a blog, throw the website on there. Anything you learn from it, you can start taking notes on that blog. and then come back to it, just like Stephanie said. It's perfect. And be proud. Stand proud. You've worked really, really hard this year, and just make sure to be proud of your business and yourself and where you've come. Continue with mindset. If you aren't able to make, the wake up calls or whatever, there's a podcast that you can listen to at any time. Throw it on while you're driving, instead of listening to the music and all that stuff. Throw it on while you're driving. Keep your mindset straight, because this time of the year can be very tough. With shopping, with family coming in town, with all sorts of things, cookie making. There's just so many parties and things that you have to go to, where sometimes you can get around some people. I'm not saying that the people you hang out with are negative or anything like that, but you definitely want to keep your mindset where it's at right now, and keep working on it, because you never know who you're going to run into and what kind of turkey hangover you're going to have and not feel like doing something, where you jump on a wake-up call, or I'm going to The Slight Edge. I don't know have you read that, Stephanie?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I'm going to there is a audio of it on YouTube that I have listened to numerous times, and I'm going to post a link inside of Tipsy Tuesday Mastermind group in Facebook. Okay. So jump over there and make sure to grab that, because I think it's like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of audio. And
cool.
And he talks about how the little things that you do every day are what make you successful. And it's so true, because everybody in our world thinks, it's a microwave world where they want things to happen fast. Everybody wants the get rich quick scheme of things. Mm-hmm. And it's not that way. You have to work every day and put a little bit more into it. So that'll help you get through the holidays as well. And then time alone, if you meditate, if you just go up in your room and read or hang out, whatever it is that you do to make sure that you keep your mindset right, do it. Because sometimes you need to step away from people during the holidays and just really take a breather in. Mm-hmm. Can get very overwhelming when people are, constantly asking you about your business and things like that. So, and that's, you can get any kind of mindset from YouTube videos. So go on to YouTube and type in motivation, and the next thing you know, you could be watching The Eye of the Tiger, or, Rocky's stuff, whatever it is. Just get yourself pumped and motivated every day. And then this one, be proud of your business. This is so key during the holidays. You really want to make sure that, when someone at, Christmas or at a party or something turns to you and goes, hey, so how's that, business you started up this year? You are a top earner. Keep it in your mind that you are a top earner. You are successful. The reason you are successful is because you have done the mindset. You have worked towards it. Whether your bank account shows it or whatever, it doesn't matter, because you have to get your mindset already to the top earner. So be that top earner in front of these people. They don't know any difference. Neither does your mind. That's the whole point of mindset, is your mind does not know the difference between truth and reality. And once you set your mind to the top earner status, your mind will actually just automatically do that for you. So just make sure that when you're in front of these family members and all this stuff, that you're telling that, be proud. You've come very far. You know more than most people do. So definitely just be proud. I heard you laugh, giggle. What was that about, Stephanie?
Oh, I don't remember.
about the family members asking about your business.
Oh, yeah. You're doing it. It's going awesome. It doesn't matter. It takes time to build a business. It doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is what it is. Absolutely. If you're working it and you're doing business, you should be proud.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you were going to school to become a doctor which in this industry, you can make more than doctors, you can make more than lawyers, you can make more than all of these people. So if they go to school for numerous years before they, become the doctor, the successful doctor, but while they're going to school, they don't think of themselves as not a doctor. I mean, they're gonna be a doctor, just like you're going to be a millionaire.
Right.
So, I'm also going, the benefits of the 555 in December. If the 555 is all you do in December, this is awesome, okay? Because right now there are less people building their business, so you will be seen more. You will be recognized. This is a great time to come over to old people, new people, follow-ups, whatever. Excuse me. And say happy holidays. How is it going? How's family treating you? It's such an easy time of year to start conversations. Because people want to talk about their families. Plus, more people are home, more people are online, so you can call them, email them, and they're more likely to, be talking back to you because they're hanging out and they're spending time with family and they're online and they're playing and they're finding out what everybody else is doing. People are happy. The holidays are coming, families coming into town, they're happy. People get money for the holidays. So if you're talking to them in December and they get, grandma gives them a couple $100 on Christmas, that's a couple $100 that you could turn into $1 million, So make sure to stay in touch with these people because they are going to most likely get into some kind of money, or they're going to need to be getting out of the debt that they got themselves into. And that's the reason. I heard the other day somebody talk about, so many people, she said, so many people tell me that, they just don't have the money to get into the business. And it's funny that, the reason you should start the business is because you need more money, but that's the exact excuse of why they're not starting a business. So definitely, play on that, pay off debts. If you have, if it's your story that you paid off debts, or if you know of a story of somebody else who got into it after the holidays and paid off all their debt, make sure to be telling the stories, and people are thinking about the new year. Ask them, what are their goals in their business for the new year? Because as soon as they type over to you what their goals are, and you ask them, how are you going to get those goals by the 1st? Oh, well, I'm planning on, the 1st of the year, I'm just going to really get at it. But at the 1st of the year, it's going to take you, it's a way to be able to be like, you need to be getting on top of this right now. And you need to make sure that you're building those goals for the future. So 6 consistency tips for you through the month of December, through the whole year, through forever. I did get these from Carlton Lewis, who will be a guest of ours on Tipsy Tuesday, December 22nd. He has been growing his business amazingly, and he is going through the Ray Higdon 3-minute expert right now, and so he's doing a lot of content as far as what he's learning over there. So I had gotten this from him and wanted to share it with you. 6 consistency tips. Vision. You got to have a vision of who you want to be and how you want others to see you. You have to make sure you know this. This is a lot of the branding as well, which can be tough for people because they're not really sure how they want to be seen. So definitely sit back and think about, what it is that you want to be seen as, what it is that you want people to, when somebody says, oh yeah, that's Samantha Wall, she has the Tipsy Tuesday webinar. Those are things that I want people to be talking about. And, she's helped me with my business. She's taken me, whatever it is, write it down. Make sure you know what your vision is, because that vision will pop up in your head when you're saying, oh, you know what? I'd rather just sit on the couch and watch a rerun of, Frosty the Snowman with my kid. Don't get me wrong. That's an awesome thing to do. But right before, make sure that you're taking that 15 minutes out to talk to those people. Hold yourself accountable. You know, if you tell someone, I'll email you over, you know, like me, I'm telling you guys that I will put the Slight Edge Tipsy Tuesday group. I have to hold myself accountable for that because I've told people that I would do that. So just make sure that you're not letting down people. And then routine, just like we talked before, just make sure that you have a routine and you're sticking with it. And, you know, it's amazing how the more you do a routine, the better you get at it. So, you know, when you first go to the gym and you go to get on that treadmill and you run, and that first 7 minutes, it feels like your heart's going to jump out of your chest and you're coughing and you're dying and you stop. And then the next time you come on, you go for 13 minutes. And the next time you come on, you go for 20 minutes. And then the next time, 30 minutes. And the next time, 40 minutes. And pretty soon, you're hitting whatever the goal was, and you're not even sweating. It's the same thing in business. Yes, is it hard at first? Absolutely. But once you keep consistently doing it, it becomes easy, and it becomes something that, you know, one thing that would take me all day to do when I first started now takes me 5 minutes in the morning and I'm done. So, I mean, it's definitely just keeping that routine, keep those good habits up, keep going. Also write down the alternative. What happens if you don't stay consistent through the holidays? How's your year look next year? Are you still going to be paying that monthly membership, or are you still going to, have those people? Who knows what'll happen to those people that are already on your list? Maybe they'll get excited and go with someone else, or you'll be at your job forever if you don't keep going with what you're going. This is your dream. This is your life. Take a hold of it. And just make sure that you know the alternative. What happens if you don't stay consistent through the holidays? Right. 3 goals or decisions for the month. You know, make them something that you can hit. If it's every day, you know, I'll blog, or twice a week I'll blog. Write that goal down, and then cross that goal off at the end of December that you actually did it. It makes a huge, pat on your back, and it's really good for you. The Seinfeld strategy. This is a funny one.
I want to hear.
Yeah,
this is looking at it like, come on,
get to that. It's actually very funny. I guess Ray Higdon shared this. So Jerry Seinfeld ended up having a comedian come to him for some coaching. And the comedian came over and he said, what do I do? And he says, no matter what, write down jokes every day. Get a calendar and write down jokes every day. And the comedian was like, okay, I get the jokes every day, but what is the calendar for? And he said, every day that you write down jokes, make an X on that calendar, and make sure that that calendar builds a chain of X's. And I think that this strategy is really amazing, because to be able to give yourself kudos, especially in the industry that we're in, where you say that you're going to get something done and you get it done, and then right as soon as you get it done, another little small technical issue might come up and you'll be like, oh my gosh. And so it's really hard to give yourself a pat on the back for what you have accomplished versus the stuff that's just coming towards you constantly with running your own business. So, just if it's the 5-5-5 every day, make a chain on your calendar. Do this Seinfeld strategy. Cross it out. I did 5, cross it out. And then when you look up at your calendar and you see all these X's, every day it's going to make you smile, because you're going to go, perfect. I did that. I did good, So, the Seinfeld strategy, does that make sense?
Yeah, I love it.
I did too. I was like, that's cool. And then push through, guys. It's hard. Push through. Make sure that, you're keeping that alternative in the back of your mind, and get through it, because it's going to set up your 2016. So if you want 2016 to come in strong and, 2016 to be your year, which I know it's going to be, push through this month. Make sure you're taking the few minutes that you need to take care of your mindset, and make sure that you're staying on routine. And then the 2 words that Ray Higdon always uses, go until and despite. You will work through this despite what anybody else thinks. You will work through this until it's done. And you can put your own until and despites however, you work or whatever. So I'm going to come back now because that's the end of my slides. Oop. Just going to do that. How is everybody?
Great job. Yes. Good.
My back. So what do you think? Pretty cool of the Seinfeld?
Yeah. You're still sharing your screen. I see me.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, it definitely, I can tell around me the people that are dedicated to their businesses. Even you've been able to see the flow with our Tipsy Tuesdays, where you get the consistent people that are here every week, and then there's the ones that,
Right. Exactly.
So,
they come in, they hang out, and then they're like, oh, yeah, and that's the consistency is just the key to all this whole process, and it can be tough staying consistent, but I think the Seinfeld strategy is so cool.
I know. Well, we're like at that age group where Seinfeld was on TV all the time.
Yeah.
So I love Seinfeld. It used to give me a headache at first, but then I got it.
I know. I think that there's so many comedies out there that you get into and you're just like, what? And then all of a sudden you start watching it more and you're like, oh, now I get it.
I'm old enough to understand now.
Yeah, exactly. So if there's no questions, I'm going to close this out so that you can get back to family, get back to work, get back to making sure that your business is thriving through December. If you need me, I'll be around. I'm going to jump on Facebook for a little bit. And Stephanie is always around as well, so get a hold of her. And yeah, if you're watching this as a rerun on YouTube, go ahead and click the link below to find out more about holidays and how to stay into the consistency of it. So I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.